Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dyslexhear, where we discuss experiences around dyslexia. Today, I have an exciting guest, Mr. Chibuzor. He is a TV producer, a director of series. In fact, let me let him introduce himself. Hello, Mr. Chibuzor. Thank you for making time to be here with us today. Please tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, my name is Chibuzor Nwanna. Everybody knows me as Cheesy.
I like that.
So, I'm a businessman. My name is Premier, let me put it like that. First of all, I direct TV shows and I dabble into business. I import lights, chandelier switches, and sockets. And that's about all me though.
There's a lot more you haven't even said. You wrapped that up in like 30 seconds. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here. Now, as you know, on this program or this show, we try to raise awareness about dyslexia and talk about experiences around it. And I know that you are dyslexic. Dyslexia can occur either when you inherit it as developmental dyslexia, but there's instances where you can also have acquired dyslexia where there might be trauma to a portion of the brain. So tell me about your experience when you were young in school. What happened?
Okay. Growing up, I was good. This child that I was okay. Kindergarten, I guess I was doing well because I can remember when we used the board,
The slate.
the slate with the charcoal and chalk to write. I was good. I will still remember the name of my kindergarten. It's called GAP.
Okay.
Then Mafuluku. And I was good. Growing up as a good child, going to school, I was good, doing good. And remember we living a place we were staying in Mafuluku then called Ijayi. And we moved to a place called, we moved to Ijayi from our apartment to Ijayi. And kids growing up never lived in a two-story building before. It was a little bit one bed and stuff. And playing with the other kids, swinging down the staircase, just playing, and I fell. Hit my head back, my head hit the ground, and from
How
there,
high was that?
like a two-story building.
Oh my days.
Yes. So I met myself on the last floor. And from there, I just blacked out. I woke up, I couldn't remember my brother, I couldn't remember any other person. And gradually, I started remembering people, my dad, mom, siblings, the nurse, because there was like a hospital down instead of our house. So I could remember, I started remembering people. But it became difficult when I went back to school. And that's where it started. And when I went back to school, like, you know this and like this. And to spell was a problem. And things started being different. So my brother was like one of my biggest mentors. I mean, still my biggest mentor. So after the whole school stuff, the lesson in school, he was still tutoring me in the house. And he was taking it. My younger ones were selling. I was not. My dad was always shouting, "Why are you not reading?
And I know all this occurred after the fall.
Yes, after the fall.
After the fall. So you could read before.
Before the fall, I could read.
And you were doing just fine with your reading
Fine.
and spelling.
Yes, I was doing math very well. Yes, my English I was doing well because I was speaking up. I was still in primary school, so I was speaking up. I can remember next day primary school. Yeah, I still remember primary school then. So I was still picking up until that thing happened.
Until it happened. So what were some of the things you were experiencing in school, particularly, especially as it came to reading and writing? What were some of the challenges you had?
The challenges were back then our teachers would write on the board and they expect us to copy immediately and put down. It became difficult because I could not copy as fast enough.
Okay.
So when I look at the board before I put my head down, my other parents are already done, I was struggling. And my teachers were like, okay, I'm good in maths, I'm good in other physical sports, but when it comes to language, it became a problem. When it comes to spelling, it became a problem. But they just felt maybe that period I was maybe just being lazy, being like a slow child.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, so did you get any support from your teachers? You know, what were they saying? Were they helpful in any way?
No, they were not. I remember vividly the only teacher that was helpful was my math teacher because I know how to solve math, so he was just dealing on me with math. But when it comes to other reports, nah, I was not.
None of them.
Nah. So when I get my report card, I don't like my report card. Going home, sitting in class and hearing first, second. And I look at my report card, I'm like, nah, this is not good. Taking home. But I struggled. My parents helped when it comes to when it got to the point of me going into secondary school because I struggled all through my primary school. But I tried not to repeat classes because I remember moving from a public school to a private school during my primary school age. I moved from public school to private school. So private school kind of helped because we were not much in class. So the teacher could do some yes. But in the public school we were much. So nobody actually looked at your report card. They all feel like, oh, you're done, this one is a lodo, you get beaten, you know.
So tell me about some of those things. So they called you names.
Yeah, they called me names.
You were hit with a cane.
Yes. So if you don't
what
pass,
other things did you?
if you don't pass the subjects, you will definitely get flogged.
Oh, you get flogged in school for not passing the subject.
Yeah, you get punished if you don't spell right. Yes.
But you didn't receive any support to help you with that.
No, in the public school, no. In the private school, not really, because they still felt like I was lagging behind. You know, they still felt I was lagging behind. The only time I get punished in primary school, in my private school, was maybe they say, oh, if you don't get this, maybe there's a sentence written on the board, fill in the blank spaces and stuff like that. Then if you don't get it, you get punished. So I kind of avoided it. I kind of go back and
so you had avoidance tactics.
yes. So I kind of also maybe now I could call it peeping because I have to pass. I have to impress everybody. But I didn't know what was wrong with me. I'm not sure they know what was happening to me. The only person that was my support then was my brother.
Who was teaching you?
He was teaching me anytime my elder brother. And my mom was still, you try now, do this like this. I got whooped by my dad so many times.
So many times.
Yeah, but I felt it was from the part he knows or he understands, you know. So fast forward, I failed 2 common entrance. Yeah, I failed 2 common entrance. Then I passed the 3rd one, so I was able to get into secondary school because I was supposed to go to command secondary school. I didn't pass that very well. And I was supposed to go to another federal government college. It was a federal government promotion. I didn't get that. Then Ikiron I got. Because then Ikiron was new federal government and they were looking for students.
Okay.
So even with the lower grades, they will accept you.
So but
lower cut-off mark.
Yeah, but I know you're not dumb.
No.
I mean, I've interacted with you. I mean, you're this very successful TV producer now and all of that. But did you feel dumb as a child? Really? Did you at some point feel like, are these people correct? Am I just dumb? Or you knew within yourself that you're not that dumb child that they say?
To be honest, I felt that way.
You began to feel like
Yes.
that.
So during my secondary school, I had to repeat my GSS 1.
Okay.
I knew when I look at stuff because during my secondary school, I kind of found out some part of me.
Okay.
So I was in normal, they call it science A, science B, but I knew I don't have any business in science. But my dad wanted me to be in science. because the science are for the engineers, the doctors, the biologists and stuff like that. Art class was for the people that are good with art, theater art and stuff like that. Domestic class. But when it comes to me being in school, I find myself doing more because I sneak out to the art class, draw with them, I do school plays with them, and I'm good. I do music with them, and I'm good. So I kind of tilt to that point. My dad didn't want me to go there when I'm staying
Science
in
class.
science. But in science, I still found out that I love the TD. So I do the more of the
Technical
drawings and stuff, and that was good. The math, I was good. Felt just not doing well in that part of reading. And just trying to spell, it's a problem. So even when you struggle to spell, and the next day you come again and they're telling you, you have to read again now, you're looking at it like, okay, is that drinking water or drinking water? So you don't know what you're saying. So there was a teacher that my mom spoke to us. Okay, my guardian at that moment was my Yoruba teacher. So my mom spoke to my guardian. And my guardian spoke to a lady called Mrs. Ali. I don't remember the other name. She was in Ikiron, the Federal Government College. And she was my English teacher. Okay? She knew the problem. Because between my brother, mom, and that teacher, the three of them knew my problem. But my mom could not decode that this is what the problem. My brother felt I was slow in reading and I'm catching up.
Okay.
But Mrs. Ali knew the problem. So I struggled, I repeated my JSS1. Then the next year I went into JSS2 because all my mates were now in JSS2. I was in JSS1. So when my mates were in JSS2, I was in JSS3, I was in JSS2. So I struggled till JSS3, hoping to go back because during that period I got myself in JSS3. Mrs. Ali was helpful. She was my English teacher, so she kind of gave me a private lesson. So when it comes to say, come, like this. She knew, I guess she knew the problem at that moment. So she was waiting for me to resume school as SS1, have a house collection. My dad was like, nah, I'm not going back to school.
Oh, so they felt you weren't doing well enough?
My dad felt I was not doing well in school. My mom was like, give him a chance. Mrs. Ali was like, let him just come back to school. My dad was like, no.
Yet you were beginning to respond to one-to-one tuition,
Yes.
one-to-one.
Yes.
What would you have wanted the school to do if you had a chance to speak to the school? Like, take yourself back now. What would you have felt like the school should come in more strongly to have spoken to dad or something?
Yes.
What would you have wanted the school to do or also to put in place?
Okay. If I was to go back, one-on-one, I should have allowed the school to talk to my dad. Mrs. Ali in particular at that time, because she understood the problem. She knew that I should have a one-on-one tutor.
How do you help yourself? What do you use now? Do you use technology? How do you get around doing the things you do? Because you're still dyslexic.
Yeah, so thank God to Google. Thank God for Google and not for smartphones actually.
Great. Well done. I am so proud of what you've made of yourself. Despite the fact that you dropped out of school, you picked yourself up, you've gone back and done great things. And this is what we're trying to say, that dyslexia does not have to hold you back. If children receive support early, they will not fall through the cracks and they can make a difference. So screen children early, give them the assessment so that you can support them with the right intervention. Thank you so much, Mr. Chibuzor. But before I let you go, let me ask you, what is your superpower? What do you do better than everybody?
My superpower is creation. I create. I work with my hands. And there's one thing about me, I think far. I create, think far, and I believe in myself. I believe in myself. And I always tell anybody out there, if you're dyslexic, work on your self-confidence, dream big, dream big. If you don't dream big, they will look down on you. Have your self-confidence. Anywhere you go, you're the boss. You're the boss lady, you're the boss man.
Put your head up.
Put your head up. Don't let anybody bring you down. And always, always believe in your technology. Technology is right now.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming. I really have had a wonderful time with you today. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon on Dyslexhear.